I'm glad you're here. Today, I want to share something that can change the direction of your life completely in just 30 days. That's right. Just 1 month can begin a new chapter. But here's a truth many ignore. Transformation doesn't come from huge leaps, it comes from small, consistent steps taken daily. Let me share with you 5 powerful daily habits. Practice them for 30 days, and you may look back and not recognize the person you used to be. Vision is the beginning of everything. It is the spark that ignites the fire within. Without a vision, life becomes a series of random events with no true direction. When you don't have a clear picture of where you're headed, you drift through your days hoping something will change. But change doesn't come from chance. It comes from intention. And intention is born from vision. Every great transformation begins in the mind. Before a building is constructed, there is a blueprint. Before a masterpiece is painted, there is a sketch. Before a life is changed, there is a vision. Vision gives you clarity when life becomes cloudy. It serves as your inner compass, silently directing your thoughts, decisions, and energy. The most successful people in the world didn't stumble into greatness. They saw it in their mind long before it became their reality. They walked through it mentally before they ever lived it physically. The problem is, most people never take the time to imagine the life they truly want. They get stuck in routine, surviving instead of thriving. But if you want to change your life in 30 days, you must start by creating a vision so clear, so vivid, that it pulls you out of bed in the morning with purpose. That vision becomes your fuel, your reason for pushing through challenges, your why when motivation fades. Each morning, take just 5 minutes to see the life you want to live. Close your eyes and imagine yourself already there. What do you see? Where are you? Who are you with? How do you feel? Don't just think it, feel it. Connect emotionally with that future version of yourself. The more real it feels, the more your brain begins to believe it's possible. That belief creates momentum, and that momentum turns into action. Your vision doesn't need to be perfect or complete at first. It just needs to be honest. Think about the areas of your life, your health, your relationships, your purpose, your financial goals. Ask yourself, what do I really want? Then write it down, speak it aloud, revisit it daily. The more you immerse yourself in that vision, the more aligned your thoughts and behaviors become with the future you're trying to create. Over time, that vision will begin to shape your identity. You'll start making choices that reflect your future, not your past. You'll say no to distractions more easily. You'll recognize opportunities that move you closer to your purpose, and even in tough moments, you'll remember why you started. Your vision becomes your anchor, something to hold onto when life tries to pull you off course. This is the power of vision. It's more than daydreaming, it's the foundation of transformation. Without it, you live by default. With it, you live by design. And once you commit to seeing that vision daily, everything around you will begin to shift. What you focus on expands. And when you focus on the life you want, you'll start to create it, one day at a time. Consistency is what truly sets people apart. It's not about grand talent or fleeting bursts of motivation. Those are common. What's rare is the discipline to show up every day, even when it's inconvenient, even when the results are slow, even when the excitement fades. That's the difference between those who simply dream and those who actually do. Anyone can start strong, but very few stay the course. It's easy to feel inspired in the beginning. When you set a new goal, your energy is high and your mind is full of hope. But after a few days, when the novelty wears off and life returns to its usual chaos, many people stop. They assume something must be wrong because the results aren't immediate. But that's the lie. Progress isn't always obvious in the early stages. It's hidden, working quietly beneath the surface. And that's where consistency becomes your greatest ally. Every single day, you must take one step, no matter how small, toward your goal. That one step might be as simple as reading a chapter, writing a paragraph, or practicing a new habit for just 10 minutes. It doesn't need to be monumental. What matters is that you do it. Because when you show up day after day, those small actions begin to stack. They start to build momentum. And once you build momentum, you become nearly unstoppable. Consistency compounds, that's the secret. It's like saving money. A few dollars a day may not seem like much, but over time it grows into something meaningful. Your actions work the same way. Tiny bits of progress repeated daily lead to exponential growth. But the key is repetition. The power lies not in doing something once, but in doing it again and again until it becomes part of who you are. The truth is, the people who achieve the most in life aren't always the smartest or the most talented. They are the ones who kept going. They are the ones who committed even on the hard days. They didn't let emotions or circumstances determine their actions. They relied on their habits. That's what you need to develop, a habit of showing up no matter what. There will be days you don't feel like it, days when it feels like nothing's working, days when you questioned why you even started. Those are the days that matter most, because showing up when it's easy doesn't change you. Showing up when it's hard does. That's how you build grit. That's how you train your mind to push forward through resistance. Consistency builds confidence. Every day you keep your word to yourself, you prove that you're reliable, you prove that you're serious, and over time, that belief in yourself becomes unshakable. You stop needing motivation because discipline takes its place. You stop hoping for results because you know they're coming. Slowly, surely, inevitably, as long as you keep moving. Don't wait for the perfect time. Don't chase quick wins. Build something real by being consistent. Let your progress be the quiet proof that you're on the right path. One step a day, that's all it takes. Discipline is often misunderstood. People hear the word and immediately think of something harsh or restrictive, as if it's meant to take away your joy or limit your freedom. But in truth, discipline is the very thing that creates real freedom. It gives you the ability to direct your life instead of being tossed around by distractions, emotions, or impulses. Without discipline, your goals remain wishes. With it, they become reality. At its core, discipline is the art of keeping promises to yourself. It's about doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. The world is full of distractions, entertainment, comfort, noise, all designed to pull you away from what truly matters. Discipline is what helps you stay centered. It allows you to focus on the tasks that align with your vision, even when they're difficult or boring. You can't rely on motivation alone. Motivation is fleeting. One day you have it, the next day it's gone. Discipline, however, is dependable. It creates structure in your life. Systems that help you stay consistent, productive, and focused. When you wake up and follow a routine, when you commit to specific actions every day, you build a framework that supports your success. That structure doesn't restrict you, it liberates you. It eliminates decision fatigue and gives your energy a clear direction. Many people chase freedom without realizing that the path to freedom is paved with discipline. You want the freedom to live the life you imagine, to do meaningful work, to have healthy relationships, to feel energized and focused. All of that begins with the decision to discipline yourself. It's not about being rigid or robotic. It's about making choices that support your long-term growth instead of your short-term comfort. Discipline also builds self-respect. Every time you follow through on what you said you'd do, you reinforce your identity as someone who is capable and trustworthy. You stop second-guessing yourself because you know you can depend on your own word. And when you trust yourself, your confidence grows. You begin to see challenges not as roadblocks, but as invitations to level up. There will be days when discipline is the only thing that keeps you moving. Days when everything in you wants to quit. When progress feels invisible. When no one else is watching or cheering you on. On those days, discipline becomes your anchor. It reminds you that your commitment is stronger than your emotions, that your purpose is bigger than your comfort. The truth is, no dream can be realized without discipline. You can have the greatest vision in the world, but without the daily discipline to act on it, it will remain out of reach. Discipline is what transforms desire into achievement. It's the quiet force that drives you forward while others give up. If you want to rise above average, if you want to create a life that reflects your highest potential, discipline is non-negotiable. Build it, practice it, protect it. Because once you master discipline, you unlock the freedom to live life fully, on your own terms. Your mind is one of your most powerful tools, and like a garden, it responds to what you plant in it. If you sow seeds of doubt, fear, and negativity, those are the things that will take root and grow. But if you feed it with belief, hope, and gratitude, your mind becomes a place where confidence, peace, and possibility can flourish. The thoughts you entertain every day shape the reality you live in. That's why it's not just important, but essential to guard your mindset. Every single day, you are being influenced. From social media to conversations, from the news to your inner dialogue, Your mind is constantly absorbing information. The question is, are you letting in things that build you up or things that tear you down? You must become intentional about what you allow into your mental space. If you leave your mind unprotected, negativity will slip in quietly and begin to dominate your thinking. When you fill your thoughts with fear or limitation, you start to see the world through that lens. Opportunities look like risks, challenges feel impossible, your self-talk becomes toxic. Over time, you start shrinking your potential just to stay safe. But when you guard your mind and nurture it with faith, resilience, and purpose, you start to see things differently. What once seemed like a wall now looks like a challenge you can climb. Where others see lack, you see room for growth. Your world shifts because your perception shifts. This is origin story, everyone. You are a dinosaur. You become fly, flies, 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 flights, 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 flights. One of the most effective ways to protect and elevate your mindset is through gratitude. Starting each day by focusing on what you already have grounds you in abundance. Gratitude changes your emotional state and reminds you that even in difficult moments, there's still good to be found. It quiets anxiety, refocuses your energy, and makes space for joy. Another key practice is speaking life over your goals. Your words have power. When you affirm your direction, when you speak with intention and declare progress, you train your brain to believe in possibility. It's not about ignoring your problems. It's about choosing to center your attention on solutions and progress rather than setbacks and delays. This is how resilience is built. You have to become your mind's gatekeeper. That means limiting exposure to negative influences. It means being mindful of the content you consume and the people you surround yourself with. If something consistently drains your energy or clouds your thoughts, it's time to set boundaries. You are not obligated to stay connected to anything that disrupts your peace or holds you back from your growth. The truth is, your mindset is the lens through which you experience everything. Guarding it doesn't mean pretending life is perfect. It means choosing a perspective that empowers you rather than weakens you. It means refusing to let fear have the final word. Because once your mindset is strong, focused, and grounded in belief, there is very little that can stop you. Protect it fiercely, nurture it daily. Your future depends on it. One of the greatest mistakes people make is waiting for the right time, the perfect opportunity, the ideal circumstances. But here's the truth that many overlook. There is no perfect moment. The right time is always now. Action doesn't wait for ideal conditions, it creates them. If you want to change your life, you can't afford to wait. You must move, you must act, you must begin. Procrastination is subtle. It doesn't scream, it whispers. It tells you, tomorrow will be better, or you'll be more prepared later. But days turn into weeks, and weeks into years. Suddenly, the dream you once felt so passionate about becomes a memory of something you never started. That's how procrastination steals your future, silently, slowly, and consistently. The truth is, dreams don't come true through thoughts alone. You can visualize, plan, and speak positively, but without action, nothing changes. Every dream needs to be fed with action to grow, and not just when you feel like it, especially when you don't. Because those are the moments that build resilience and momentum. Momentum is powerful. Once you start taking consistent steps forward, even small ones, you begin to create movement in your life. That momentum starts to carry you through obstacles. It gives you energy when motivation runs dry, and most importantly, it builds belief. When you act, you prove to yourself that you are serious. You start seeing results, maybe not overnight, but gradually. And that progress builds confidence. Action doesn't need to be perfect. It doesn't have to be bold or grand, it just needs to happen. One email sent, one workout completed, one page written, one phone call made. Each small action may seem insignificant on its own, but when repeated daily, it creates lasting change. The compound effect of daily action is unstoppable. The difference between those who succeed and those who stay stuck is not knowledge or talent, it's execution. Everyone has ideas, everyone has hopes, but only a few take daily steps toward making them real. Those are the ones who reach their goals. Those are the ones who build a life they're proud of. Taking action also builds character. It teaches you to face discomfort instead of avoiding it. It teaches you to move forward without having all the answers. It shows you that progress is made not through giant leaps, but through daily movement, no matter how small. You grow stronger with each step. You gain clarity through doing. So whatever your goal is, start today, not next week, not when you feel more prepared, not when the timing seems better. Today, take one step, and tomorrow take another. Let your actions speak louder than your fears. Let your movement drown out your doubts. Because when you take daily action, you stop being a dreamer and start becoming a doer. This is how change happens. This is how goals are reached. One simple step, every single day. You now hold in your hands a blueprint. 5 simple yet life-changing habits that can transform your world in just 30 days. Not by magic, not by luck, but through intentional daily commitment. Begin with vision. See the life you were meant to live and let that vision fuel you. Be consistent, not just when it's easy, but especially when it's hard. Embrace discipline as your greatest ally, not your enemy, because structure creates space for freedom. Guard your mindset with everything you've got, because your thoughts will always lead your life. And above all, take action every single day, no matter how small, because movement is the only thing that separates intentions from results. Your breakthrough isn't waiting for the perfect time. It's waiting for you to start. It's not some distant future. It's 30 days of showing up, focusing in, and refusing to quit. Will there be challenges? Absolutely. But you're not here to avoid difficulty. You're here to rise through it, to become who you were always meant to be. Your future is not written yet. It's waiting on the decisions you make today. So don't just listen to this message and go back to life as usual. Commit, lock in, begin the journey. And 30 days from now, when you look in the mirror, you won't just see someone who tried. You'll see someone who transformed. The power is already within you. Now it's time to activate it. One vision, one step, one day at a time. Let's begin.